Hello everyone and welcome back to my next Wizard City walkthrough in Wizard101. This is part 3 of the series. In the last episode, we left off talking to Lady Oriole and she said, we have to go defeat dark fairies and collect fairy dust. So we are going to go do that right now. I hope you guys are having a fabulous day, because I am. It's very bright and sunny here, which makes me happy because it's never sunny here. Also, somebody suggested they didn't like the mount I was riding on, so I changed to the unicorn mount. I hope you guys don't mind. I kind of think this fits more with life in general anyway. So we're going to go ahead and ride on the unicorn mount and collect this wooden chest because I love money. Who doesn't love money? Alright, so I'm going to go fight these dark fairies, if she'll let me. There we go. And collect the fairy dust, because we need to collect fairy dust. So we're gonna hit with an imp. I also changed out, I don't know if I had this in my last episode, I think I did, but I have the Ascendant Staff on, which is a crown only item. I believe it's 1,500 crowns or something in the crown shop. And basically what this wand does is it gives you 2 pips at the start instead of 1. So it's easier to, you're basically ahead of the minions that you, or the enemies you go against, and that way you can kill them faster. So, and then any level can use it. So if you're a level 1, you can use it. If you're a level 90 something, you can use it. I don't recommend being a level 90 and using it, because it doesn't have the greatest stats, but it's a very helpful wand in the beginning. If you have the crowns, you should get it, in my opinion. Alright, so we're on round 2 with a dark fairy, and she's gonna cast a scarab, which I now know how to pronounce correctly, thanks to you guys in the chat. Not the chat, the comments. I keep thinking I'm live streaming. It's so... I live stream a lot on Twitch, which I have a link to it in the description to my Twitch. You guys could follow and know when I'm live streaming, and I keep thinking it's the chat and it's the comments, so I get the two mixed up quite a bit, but it's all good in the end, and I hope you guys are enjoying this series. Please let me know if you are in the comments below, because the main reason why I'm doing this series is because I have a lot of new subs that are new to this channel, and they don't really know what Wizard101 is, so I'm just basically showing them what it's all about. And for those of you that have been playing Wizard101 for an extremely long time, it's always nice to watch basically the introduction of the game again. And I've been playing this for 6 years as well, so to go back in the beginning and play from level 1 to level 95, it's a pretty fun experience, I think. It's a little bit of a refresher, you know, you're not facing bosses that have 30,000 health, which is fun in itself, but my Storm is now level 95. I managed to get her up there, and she finally got Shadow Magic as well, which is exciting. But it's nice just to get on my life, who's a lower level, and do some easy battling. So, anyway. So now I'm gonna go talk to Lady Oriole. I'm sorry if you hear, like, truck noises outside. There's been, like, thousands of trucks in my neighborhood today, and I don't really know why. So if you hear random grumbling, that's the sound of trucks. It's just, it's so weird. I don't understand. Okay. So here's Lady Oriole.
You have returned with the fairy dust. Please give it to me so that I can investigate the reason for their corruption.
And I'm gonna raise up the volume just a tad bit. Oh my goodness! Okay, I'll just spin around here. That was weird.
Lady Oriole looks visibly shaken.
They have been enchanted by something that is undead. This does not bode well. How has evil become so brazen in this place? These are dark times indeed.
Yes, they are. Very dark times.
I have heard that someone has hung bone cages along the street. I fear these are being used to trap my fairies and corrupt them. Please, you must free the captured fairies from those horrible bone cages before they become corrupted. Go quickly, my friend.
Alright, we need to go rescue her fairies. I'm sorry about the random that happening. No, I do not want to join a group. Not right now, thank you. It's very... I don't know, there's like trucks roaming around and cars driving with no, I don't want to be your friend, sorry. With like trailers onto them. I don't know what's going on in my neighborhood. It's very odd. It doesn't normally happen over here, but... Alright, we captured one fairy, and we opened the fairy cages. I don't know how these are fairies, because they just look like green sprites. Or not sprites, they look like green of one of these things, mana things. Which is strange. I don't know. I think Wizard could have, or not Wizard, King's Owl could have made the fairies actually look like fairies in these cages, but, you know, whatever. It works, right? Alright, so we're running back to Lady Oriole to give her quest back. And I don't know if you noticed, but there's a unicorn statue right here, and I'm riding a unicorn. Coincidence? I think not. No, it isn't a coincidence. But anyway, alright. We're gonna...
You hear a tiny, joyful voice call your name.
Oh, great, now we're getting this.
Thank you for helping out the fairies. They did not mean to be evil, but the corruption made them do bad things. Now there is hope again, and the fairies will be able to bring magic and cheer to the people of Wizard City once more. Thank you, young wizard.
And also, a funny thing about this is they don't recognize your name, so they'll say young wizard even though the chat says your actual name, which I think is kind of funny. Oh jeez. Oh, you missed me, lady, but that's okay. You're just happy. Lady Oriole, we saved your fairies.
We thank you, young wizard. The freed fairies have already told me of your heroism. Your deeds will be remembered here on Unicorn Way. And to show my appreciation, here is a healing spell. Remember to add it to your deck so it will aid you in your time of need.
Alright, so we got our first healing spell.
We must
Fairy.
find out who is behind the corruption. My fairies whispered of a monster whose bones made a clacking sound as it came for them. Saren Nightchant knows Unicorn Way very well. He will know if there is a sinister skeleton that now haunts my street.
Alright, well, we're going back to Saren, and we got our first healing spell, which is called Fairy. Every wizard gets this spell, regardless of what school you are. However, the cool thing about being a life wizard is that usually if you're not a life wizard, you can only cast that spell on yourself. But because I am a life wizard, I can actually cast that spell on others in my battling group. So it's kind of neat. That's what life wizards really are about. They're really about helping other people and saving them and all that kind of fun stuff. So if you like helping people, I would suggest being a life wizard. There's different advantages to each school. So you just learn about them as you go along and then figure out which one you like best. I like really all of them. I don't really like Myth all that much. I just think it's kind of boring. But that's my opinion. I know a lot of people are gonna be like, no, Myth is awesome, and, you know, it is awesome in its own way, but I just don't find it all that fun. I don't know. Maybe I'm weird. Alright, Saren, what do you have to say to us?
Lady Oriole sent you to investigate the corruption of the fairies? I will gladly tell you what I know. When the dark fairies began to show up, I had suspected Lady Blackhope, but even she has never tried to enchant fairies before. Then the fairies gave report of a skeleton? Of course! Who else could it be but Rattlebones? Since I grew up here, I know a lot. I do not know yet what Dark Master has aided him, but Rattlebones has taken over my old friend Delia's tower. Find him in the tower and stop him from making any more cages. Please, do what you can to save the fairies.
Alright, our next big battle is a boss battle. And a boss battle is basically a battle between a very strong opponent. I guess not super strong, like these dudes. These are called mob battles, because there's a lot of them running around, and a boss battle is usually in either a tower or a dungeon. And you fight them, and they have more health than usual. And they're either by themselves, or they're with 3 other minions, or 1 other minion, or something like along those lines. And the blue in this window indicates that it is a quest that you have to do. Oh,
corruption of the fairies is just the beginning of Manister's plans. Soon Wizard City will fall, and there isn't anything anyone can do about it.
Yes, you're so scary, Rattlebones. But anyway, as I was saying, the blue indicates there's a quest, and usually outside that, this is a only me battling quest, so you can't have friends come in here and help you, which kind of stinks, because sometimes I need help, but what can you do? Also, when you are in boss battles, what I prefer to do first is to take out the minion. So, the Dark Fairy is Rattlebones' minions. So, the reason I take out the minion first is because it's better, in my opinion. I mean, you can take out Rattlebones, because in this case they have the same amount of health. But in a lot of cases, the boss will have more health than the minion. And the minion is kind of just there to add more extra hits onto you, and so you'll die faster, instead of if you just killed the minion, then you only have one guy attacking you. And usually the minion doesn't hit as strong as the boss does, but in my opinion, I just hit the minion and get done with it, and then go on to the boss. In some cases I don't, in some cases I hit the boss first, or try to get rid of the boss first, but in this case I'm going after the minion first. And now she is gone! And I gotta watch my health because I'm at 340. But that's okay, we will just hit Rattlebones with another imp. And soon I'll start getting some new spells, too. The thing about Life that I don't particularly like is they don't have a lot of attacking spells in the beginning, they just have a lot of healing spells. Oh, that's another case, my pet has now just healed me. I'll go over pets in another episode, though, because pets are very complicated and take a long time to explain. But my pet pretty much just healed me. So that's very good. So now I don't have to heal myself anymore. There we go. So I didn't kill him, obviously, because it was a little bit too weak, but we're gonna finish him off with a wand hit. And Rattlebones should be done. And also, if you guys have any questions about this game in particularly, please leave a comment below, or you guys can send me a direct message, because I do look at every single message you guys send me. Even if I don't respond back to them, I still read them. Alright, so we have a little bubble over here from this zebra-looking guy.
Mate. It looks like you just found something really unique. Well done. You defeated a boss monster. Boss monsters drop unique treasure, so you might want to fight them multiple times to see what you get.
Yes, they also drop special stuff. However, in this case, I don't think Rattlebones really drops that great of stuff. Like, he dropped this hat that I can't wear because I'm not a death wizard, so it's kind of dumb. Let me see. I actually haven't changed my outfit, so let's change my outfit to something that's a little bit stronger. I don't have any of that stuff yet, so we'll have to wait for that. Alright, so let's go talk to Saren and tell him that we defeated Rattlebones. And let's see what he has to say. Also on the side, I think I explained this already, but on the side I said I would be doing some side quests. So after this, I'm going to be doing a couple side quests to boost my level. I believe I'm going to level up because I'm extremely close. As you can see by that bar underneath the arrow, it says I'm really close to leveling up. So after I talk to Saren, I'm pretty sure I'm going to level up. But I do want to do some side quests to pump up my level a little bit. Alright, Saren, I did it.
You did it!
Yes,
now
I did.
The fairies will sing again! You bested that wretched skeleton Rattlebones! I wish that was the end of our troubles in Wizard City, but I'm afraid a more sinister evil is still out there. Thanks to you, Wizard, Unicorn Way is in less danger than it was, but we are still not out of the dark woods yet. You should report our progress to Headmaster Ambrose. The news about Rattlebones may help him determine what doom has come to Wizard City.
Alright guys, so with that, I'm going to end this episode. As you can see, I got some shoes, which I'm actually... No, I might keep the healer shoes on because they give resist, and I like resist. It also gave me a fairy wand, which, as you can see... Hang on one sec. It gave me these other attacks that I can do. I'm going to keep the Ascendant Staff, though, because this doesn't give me another pip. This gives me another pip, so it's better in terms of that. It also gave me a mount for 1 day. Obviously, I'm not going to use that because I already have this one for permanent. But, as you can see, completing quests and leveling up gives you stuff. And at the end of this episode, I am now level 4, almost level 5, almost halfway to level 5, so that's always good. And I guess I will see you guys in the next episode. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a like and a comment. And don't forget to subscribe if you have not subscribed. I'm going to try to do these videos almost every day. I can't promise that because I am pretty dang busy. But I'm going to try to. And with that, I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye, guys.